Hello and welcome to day 8 of the Novena to St Francis Xavier. The theme for today's Novena is By Incarnating Faith in Culture, St Francis bore witness to Jesus. We see that culture plays a very important part in our lives. We are born into a culture and we pick up many things from our culture which shapes our morals and our lives. Similarly, we see that the culture also has a very important role in shaping our faith. That is why when we go to different places, to different countries, we see that the faith of the people is influenced by their culture. And today, in a very special way, we can speak about the theme of inculturation. We see when the missionaries came from faraway lands, they came to places wherein they did not know anything about the culture, they did not know anything about the language. And how did they manage to do their things? Well, they spent time with the people, they observed how people were doing things, and as a result of that, they were able to pick up small cultural elements from the daily lives of the people. We see that Jesus too used the same technique. Jesus spoke in parables, he spoke giving examples which were very close to the lives of the people. Similarly, we see Francis Xavier did the same. When he came to Goa, he observed the culture, he observed the things that were there in Goa. He would go and teach catechism to the students and even to the elderly people, sometimes even sitting on the floor and being one with them. And this is what made his teaching acceptable to the people. When we look at the gospel of today, we see that Jesus rejoices in the joy and achievement of the 72. Now the 72 were sent on mission, and when they come back, they are filled with joy and they share all their experience with Jesus. And Jesus rejoices with them. And that too is an invitation for each and every one of us to rejoice in the joys and the achievements of one another. But sadly, in today's world, it's very difficult to rejoice in the achievement of others. Because of the competitive nature of today's world, we tend to jostle for position just to get status, power and position. And as a result of that, we tend to compete with others rather than supporting and rejoicing in the joys of others. Another aspect in today's gospel is also that of gratitude. We see that Jesus is thankful to the Father for giving the 72 the experience that they had. The first reading from the book of Isaiah also tells us what will happen when the kingdom of God comes. The lamb will lie down near the lion, and there will be peace and righteousness everywhere. And as we prepare for the coming of Jesus, and as we are on our journey towards the feast of St Francis Xavier, in a very special way, during today's novena, let us ask for the grace that we too may be able to pick up some things from our culture, inculcate it in our faith, and especially that we may be able to rejoice in the joys and achievements of those around us.